Hey everybody, it's John from the Hustle Daily Show. Before we get into the show today, did you know that HubSpot launched an AI chatbot that helps you build awesome campaigns at scale with just a few prompts? It's called Campaign Assistant, and it's a totally free-to-use AI tool made for marketers and business leaders who spend hours a day on content creation. Campaign Assistant will transform the way that you build marketing campaigns at scale. Craft personalized emails, ads, and landing pages in just a matter of minutes. Just pick the content type, add the key selling points, and let the AI take it from there. And the best part, it works seamlessly with all of HubSpot's marketing and sales tools to scale your output across email, social, and more. So AI your way into the most effective campaigns yet at HubSpot.com/campaign-assistant.
Good morning, everyone. It's Thursday, October 19th. I'm Ben Berkley here with Juliet Bennett Rylah and Lestraundra Alfred, and this is the Hustle Daily Show. Today, we're talking about the latest weirdness out of X, formerly known as Twitter, and eventually known as that social media platform none of us will ever use again. And that's if this not a bot program reaches our shores. What is this program? It's Elon Musk's latest idea. It's a $1 annual fee to ensure X users are actually humans. It's kicking off in the Philippines and New Zealand for some reason, and we'll break it all down further in just a moment. But first, let's run through some stories making headlines in the world of business and tech today. OpenAI has given ChatGPT full internet access, meaning that paid users can now access information after September 2021, and that's using the Browse with Bing feature. Pfizer will raise the price of Paxlovid, the antiviral that treats COVID, but also, Juliet reports, makes it taste like you licked a rusty car. Though the prices are going to rise from about $530 to as much as $2,500, meaning customers with commercial insurance will likely see a copay going forward. This year has not been kind to Apple's MacBook lineup. Declining demand has shipments of the computer down 30% year over year, according to a top Apple analyst. Amazon will soon deliver prescription meds via drone. The drones will fly from delivery centers to a customer's home, descend to a height of about 13 feet before dropping a padded package. For now, the flying pharmacist will deliver medication only in College Station, Texas. United Airlines is testing a new boarding process. Passengers in economy class who purchased window seats will now board first, followed by those in the aisle and middle seats. Families are still going to board together. The change could cut up to 2 minutes of boarding time from each flight, which, okay, sure, let's see what happens. Let's move on to Victoria's Secret, which is launching a line of underwear for people with disabilities. Features include magnetic closures and sensory-friendly fabrics. Love to see it. And then let's talk about something we don't really love to see. Ed Curie, who's the creator of the Carolina Reaper, has come out with an even hotter pepper. Pepper X is known now as the hottest pepper in the world at 2.69 million Scoville units. It left Curie, as he said it, laid out flat on a marble wall for approximately an hour, groaning in pain, which sounds really unpleasant. Did we need this?
No, I don't think we need the Carolina Reaper either, to be honest. Yeah, it's not about taste at this point. It's about extreme daredevil pepper eating.
I mean, I guess if you really love watching people sweat, this is great news for you, but who are those people? So, Elon Musk teased out a paywall for X a few weeks ago. Now we're finally getting a glimpse at how that may play out. According to a statement on the site formerly known as Twitter, the program known as Not a Bot has launched for new accounts in New Zealand and the Philippines. It's in those countries only, and existing users are not affected for now. And here's how it's going to work. New users who wish to do the following: post, like, reply, repost, or quote or bookmark other posts will be prompted to subscribe for an annual fee of about $1, whereas new users who opt out of subscribing will have a read-only account, meaning they can only read, post, watch videos, and follow the accounts they like. This new program, they say, aims to defend against bots and spammers, and of course follows other major actions since Musk's takeover last year, like making an $8 a month premium tier that determines who gets a blue check mark thing, and obviously also changing the whole company's name. Bots are definitely a problem on the platform, granted. I struggle to see this being the solution. What do you two think?
I think it's going to be a really hard sell. Obviously, $1 is a pretty low price, but charging people to use what are considered very basic functions of the platform when we're all accustomed to social media being free is a pretty hard sell, regardless of how low the price is.
Yeah, I think at this point, I would just never pay for Twitter or X on principle. It's just like there's been so much talk about it, and now I just don't want to. And it's not, in my opinion, X has not improved in the last year. It is worse. So I'm not going to pay for something that's worse than when I got to use it for free, except for healthcare. But that's because America makes me.
John, that's a whole other episode that will make me really sad. But I would agree. It's also one of those things where we're trained at this point where you either are paying for something and you're getting like no ads, perhaps, or obviously this isn't a lot of money, sure, but like you're still going into an environment where they're making a lot of money on you. I know they're not necessarily, this business isn't doing great, has never been doing great, but the fact is like they're still monetizing you in other ways. And I don't know why it feels like if I'm subscribing to something, I want that to be the monetization engine. It just feels better.
Right. Well, and at its core, this website was initially a conversation platform. And so this model is taking out the ability to converse unless you subscribe. It's taking out kind of the core purpose of the platform for most people.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's very true. And I guess I want to speak to like the core behind this idea, which is these bots on some level do make the platform really unusable. Is there another way to get rid of them that is being missed here? I mean, like, I assume there was a nice big brainstorm of how to get this done, and this is what won, but that also assumes a lot about Elon's process. Have you seen any other place that's successfully taken on bots?
Not really, but I also feel like I haven't seen any other place that has bots that function in the way that they do on X.
It also seems like X, especially over the past year, has become a platform that is less secure, taking away things like two-factor authentication for a lot of users. And so trying to combat bots while you're taking away basic security measures, those two things kind of contradict one another.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it feels like on other platforms, let's say Facebook and Instagram, for example, or even YouTube, the bots tend to comment spam stuff, and I can just not look at it for the most part. Like it feels less engaged. They feel less engaged with me. They also send, messages to my other folder about cryptocurrency, or I get a lot of messages that are like, we'll send you free stuff if you promote our brand. I know those are spam accounts. I do not engage with them. They go in another folder. Whereas on X, I feel like I'm constantly getting tagged with the bots that are in the replies, or like you go to try to find out why a topic is trending, and it's just a lot of the same thing over and over again that the bots are sharing. Also, because X has a different moderation style, sometimes you can stumble upon some very not safe for work images as you're just scrolling, because you have those kind of bots too. And I'm not saying that I necessarily think like increased content moderation is the answer. It's just, it is a different vibe on X than some of the other platforms where I feel like I have more of an opportunity to not engage with the spam content.
I mean, I think that definitely can be a function. It was a thing before, but we are also talking about, since last year, a 75% reduction in staff, which is not at all helpful in all of this. There's also an optics issue here where nobody wants, even if it's a $1 annual subscription, do people really want to give that to the wealthiest man on earth? And while this is, I think they've said that this is not being done with the purpose of making money. you still have to look at the fact that like they're struggling. I think, pulling NPR numbers here, advertising revenue is down 60% since the takeover last year. People are using this platform a lot less. Traffic is down 14% off of last year globally and 20% in the States. So this does not necessarily provide a lot of confidence that it's headed in the right direction as you're being asked to buy into it further.
Have they said where the money would go? Because I feel like, okay, $1, not a lot, right? Like, admittedly, I will think nothing of paying $1 to my favorite podcasts where I get the episodes early and ad-free. Like, because I know the person that makes the podcast gets the dollar. I guess my question would be like, it feels like the only thing I'm spending $1 on here is you guys got rid of all your cybersecurity experts and now I have to pay $1. Like, what am I getting here?
I mean, I think that you probably will get to see a lot of guys with like American flags in their name telling you certain things about the world and what is true and what is not true. So that's kind of fun. That's worth $1, right?
Yeah, although I also have that exact same experience on the bus, which costs $1.75, but takes me somewhere.
Well, I feel like I would like to do a further episode comparing the merits of spending money on a public bus versus a social media platform. But that's not going to be today. We're at time. So we'll call it right there and say thank you to everyone for tuning into the Hustle Daily Show. We're a proud part of the HubSpot Podcast Network. Our editor today is Ezra Trupiano, and our executive producer is Darren Clarke. We've got a lot more tech and business coverage in our newsletter. If you're not subscribed, go get yourself signed up at thehustle.co/email. We'll see you tomorrow.
Let me tell you about a show that I've been loving lately. It's called Entrepreneurs on Fire. It's hosted by the incredible John Lee Dumas. It's available now on the HubSpot Podcast Network. Entrepreneurs on Fire stokes inspiration and shares strategies to fire up your entrepreneurial journey and create the life that you've always dreamed of. I'm a big fan of this podcast. It has energy, it has value, and it's all about learning about entrepreneurship. I was just listening to an episode the other day. JLD interviewed Jay Rogers, who was such a wealth of information. He kind of went into how entrepreneurship chooses you. You don't necessarily choose it, and that failure only happens when you stop trying to win. A lot of gems in this one, so I highly recommend checking out that particular episode along with the rest. So go listen to Entrepreneurs on Fire wherever you get your podcasts. Hey guys, if you listen to the Hustle Daily Show on Google Podcasts, we want to let you know that the option will no longer be available pretty soon. Google is sunsetting its podcast app sometime in early 2024 in favor of YouTube Music, and we want to give you a heads up before it's too late, since that time's almost here. The Hustle Daily Show is available everywhere and anywhere that you listen to podcasts, like Apple Podcasts and Spotify. If you're using YouTube Music, we are there as well. If you're an Android fan, there are plenty of apps like Overcast, Pocket Casts, Player FM, and more. So just search for us wherever you decide to listen to your favorite podcasts.